My dear, I know I'm in the wrong place. But I can't leave. And I need you to understand that when I say wrong place, I'm not only talking about a location, I'm talking about a feeling that my soul doesn't fully fit here, that my heart keeps whispering I'm meant for something healthier, calmer, brighter, and more honest, yet my feet stay stuck as if they're tied to the ground by invisible ropes made of fear, responsibility, memories, and the heavy weight of what if. I know it sounds confusing, maybe even frustrating, because from the outside it can look simple. If it's wrong, leave. But the truth is, the wrong place isn't always a door you can walk out of easily. Sometimes it's a situation you've survived for so long that it starts feeling normal. Sometimes it's a relationship you've invested your heart into so deeply that leaving feels like cutting a piece of yourself away. Sometimes it's a job or environment that drains you but pays your bills. Sometimes it's a family pressure, a social expectation, a promise you made in a different version of yourself, and now you're standing in the middle of it wondering how you ended up here, wondering why your chest feels tight every time you wake up, wondering why you're always tired even after sleep, wondering why your smile feels forced, wondering why you keep shrinking your feelings just to keep the peace. And I'm telling you this not for pity, not for drama, but because I want you to hear the most important truth behind these words. The fact that I can recognize the wrong place means my spirit is still alive. Still aware, still fighting for a better life, because the real danger is not being in the wrong place, the real danger is becoming comfortable in it, becoming numb to it, forgetting what peace feels like until you start believing you don't deserve it. My dear, I know I'm in the wrong place, but I can't leave, yet, and yet matters, because yet means this is not the end of my story, it means I'm in a transition. A season where I'm gathering courage, building strength, learning lessons, and preparing for the moment when leaving becomes possible not just physically, but emotionally, because leaving isn't only packing a bag or closing a door, leaving is untangling your heart from guilt, from fear, from attachment, from the hope that someone or something will suddenly change. Leaving is accepting that you can love a memory and still choose a better future. Leaving is forgiving yourself for staying longer than you should have. Leaving is admitting that your peace is not negotiable. Leaving is realizing that loyalty to what is harming you is not loyalty, it is self-abandonment. And if I'm being honest, the reason I can't leave is because I've been carrying 1,000 invisible weights, the fear of disappointing people, the fear of being judged, the fear of starting over, the fear of being alone, the fear of losing security, the fear of being called selfish for choosing myself. The fear of admitting that I tried and it still didn't work. But here's the part one need you to hold gently. Fear is loud, but it is not truth. Fear is a feeling, not a forecast. Fear tells you you'll fall apart without the wrong place. But the truth is, you've been falling apart inside the wrong place already, just quietly, and quiet suffering doesn't make suffering less real. It just makes it lonelier. So I'm speaking now. Because silence has a cost, and the cost has been my energy, my confidence, my joy, my ability to dream, and I don't want to lose myself completely trying to keep a situation alive that keeps killing my peace. My dear, if you are listening to this and you feel like you're trapped too, I want you to know you're not weak for staying, and you're not broken for feeling confused. Sometimes people stay because they are kind, because they are loyal, because they believe in fixing things, because they don't want to give up, because they're scared of chaos, because they've been taught that leaving is failure, but leaving is not failure when staying is self-destruction. Leaving is not betrayal when what you're leaving behind has been betraying your mental health. Leaving is not selfish when it's the only way to save your spirit, and I'm not saying leave with hatred, leave with noise, leave with revenge. I'm saying prepare to leave with clarity, with dignity, with a clean heart. Because the goal isn't to destroy anything, the goal is to rebuild you, and rebuilding begins with the smallest, most powerful decision, telling the truth to yourself. No more pretending, no more minimizing, no more it's not that bad, no more I can handle it, no more maybe it will change if I try harder, because trying harder in the wrong place doesn't make it right, it only makes you tired. The right place shouldn't require you to shrink, to beg, to over-explain, to accept disrespect, to stay anxious, to recover after every conversation. The right place should feel like oxygen, the right place should make you feel safe, the right place should allow you to be yourself. And if you don't have the right place yet, then your mission is to create it, step by step, and if you truly can't leave today, then don't waste today, use today to build the exit within you, build your confidence, build your skills, build your savings, build your support system, build your boundaries, build your plan, because sometimes I can't leave is temporary, and what makes it permanent is waiting without preparing. So prepare. Prepare quietly if you must, but prepare seriously. Start by protecting your energy. Stop oversharing with people who use your vulnerability against you. Stop arguing with people who don't want to understand. Stop trying to be chosen by spaces that keep rejecting your peace. Choose yourself in small ways: sleep, water, movement, prayer, journaling, learning. Choose one habit that strengthens you daily, because strength is built, not wished for. Then choose one practical step: update your CV, learn a skill, save a small amount each week, reach out to a trusted person, research options, write your plan, because the future doesn't begin with a perfect moment, it begins with one honest step. And please, don't let guilt chain you. Guilt is often fear dressed as morality. You are allowed to protect your life. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to outgrow what once felt right. You are allowed to leave the wrong place even if you once loved it. And if your heart says, "But what about them?" remember this: you cannot keep setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. You can care and still choose distance. You can love and still choose boundaries. You can be compassionate and still choose yourself, because compassion that destroys you is not compassion, it's neglect. And the most motivational truth I can give you is this: you are not stuck, you are becoming, you are not trapped, you are learning, you are not powerless. You are preparing, and when you finally leave, whether it's a situation, a habit, a relationship, a mindset, you will not just walk away from a wrong place, you will walk toward a right life. And that life will feel unfamiliar at first, because peace can feel strange when you've lived in tension for too long. But you will adjust, you will heal, you will breathe deeper, you will laugh without fear, you will sleep without overthinking, you will look in the mirror and recognize yourself again, and one day, you will thank the version of you who admitted the truth and began preparing, because that honesty was the beginning of your freedom. So my dear, yes, I know I'm in the wrong place. But I can't leave yet, and I want you to hold on to that word yet like a torch, because as long as you still have yet, you still have a future, and your future deserves your courage, your patience, your planning, and your decision to choose yourself, one brave step at a time. Then why dear, I know I'm in the wrong place. But I can't leave. And the hardest part is that I don't even need anyone to tell me it's wrong anymore, because my body already knows. My chest tightens before I speak, my mind replays conversations after they end, my energy drops the moment I enter certain spaces, my smile feels like work, my silence feels safer than my truth, and I catch myself becoming a smaller version of me just to avoid conflict, just to avoid judgment, just to avoid the heavy feeling that comes when your heart is asking for peace but your life keeps handing you pressure, and people may look at me and think I'm fine, because I still function, I still show up, I still do what I have to do, but functioning is not the same as living. And surviving is not the same as being safe. The truth is, I've been holding on for reasons that look logical on paper but feel painful in my soul: responsibility, security, promises, fear of change, fear of being blamed, fear of disappointing people, fear of being alone, fear of starting over, fear of not being understood, and fear has a way of making cages feel like shelter. Especially when you've been in storms for so long that even a broken roof feels better than being outside. But my dear, I'm beginning to understand something that is changing me from the inside. The wrong place doesn't become right just because you learn how to tolerate it. Your tolerance doesn't heal you. It only trains you to ignore your needs, and ignoring your needs is a slow kind of self-loss. It doesn't happen in one dramatic moment, it happens in little compromises. One time you didn't speak up, one time you accepted disrespect to keep the peace, one time you convinced yourself you were overreacting, one time you stayed quiet because you didn't want to be difficult, one time you sacrificed rest, one time you sacrificed joy, one time you sacrificed your own voice, and one day you wake up and realize you've been loyal to everyone except yourself. And I don't want to live like that anymore. I might not be able to leave today, but I refuse to keep abandoning myself while I'm still here. So if I'm stuck for a season, then I will use the season like a classroom. I will learn what my boundaries are, I will learn what my triggers are, I will learn what I need to heal, I will learn what I will never accept again, and I will learn how to build strength quietly without announcing it to the people who would try to stop me, because sometimes the safest growth is silent growth, sometimes the most powerful comeback is private, sometimes you don't need to argue with the wrong place. You just need to outgrow it, and outgrowing it means I start doing the things that give me my power back. I stop oversharing, I stop explaining myself to people who enjoy misunderstanding me. I stop seeking validation from environments that never give it, I stop begging for basic respect, I stop auditioning for love, I become calm, I become clear, I become consistent, I take my focus back, and I start building the exit not as a fantasy, but as a plan, because the difference between I can't leave and I won't leave is preparation. When you prepare, you turn fear into direction. When you prepare, you turn pain into strategy. When you prepare, you stop waiting for rescue and you start leading yourself, and that is where the future begins. When you stop hoping the wrong place becomes kinder and you start becoming stronger, and I know there will be emotional waves. Because leaving the wrong place isn't just leaving a situation, it's leaving an identity, the identity of the one who always adjusts, the one who always forgives, the one who always stays, the one who always tries to fix what others won't fix. But I'm learning that love is not supposed to require you to erase yourself, loyalty is not supposed to require you to lose yourself, and patience is not supposed to become permission for someone else to keep hurting you. So if you love me, or if you're hearing this and you're thinking of someone you love, please understand this with compassion. Sometimes a person doesn't stay because they want to, they stay because they're scared, but fear can be healed. Fear can be trained, fear can be replaced with courage, one small choice at a time, and courage doesn't always look like a dramatic exit. Sometimes courage looks like saving money quietly, learning a skill quietly, applying for opportunities quietly, building a support system quietly, saying no without guilt, protecting your peace without explaining, and choosing yourself without needing permission. And if you're wondering when the day will come that you finally leave, let me tell you what I'm learning. The day you leave is not just the day your feet move, it's the day your mind stops negotiating, it's the day you stop romanticizing what hurts, it's the day you stop confusing potential with reality. It's the day you choose a future that feels healthy over a past that feels familiar, and yes, it will be scary at first, because unfamiliar peace can feel strange when you've lived in tension for too long, but peace is not boredom, peace is healing, peace is where you finally hear your own thoughts again, peace is where you start sleeping deeply, peace is where you start laughing freely, peace is where you stop bracing for the next emotional storm. And my dear, I want that peace, not because I hate anyone, but because I love myself enough to stop bleeding in places that refuse to become gentle. I may be in the wrong place and I may not be able to leave right now, but I promise you this, I will not let this place turn me into someone I don't recognize. I will keep my heart clean, I will keep my dignity intact, I will keep my hope alive, and I will keep building the strength that makes leaving possible, because I can't leave is not my final sentence, it's a temporary chapter, and I'm already writing the next one. And maybe the most painful part is that I keep having to act normal in a life that doesn't feel normal inside me. I keep having to smile through things my heart wants to question, keep having to nod through situations that drain me. Keep having to pretend I'm okay just so the world doesn't ask too many questions, because sometimes people don't want the truth, they want the version of you that makes them comfortable. But I'm tired of living for comfort, other people's comfort, other people's expectations, other people's opinions, while my own peace gets treated like something I must earn. And I need you to understand that this wrong place has taught me a lot, maybe more than I ever wanted to learn. It has shown me the cost of ignoring my intuition, the cost of staying silent when something hurts, the cost of waiting for people to change when they have no desire to grow, the cost of believing that my patience can fix what someone else refuses to repair, and I don't want these lessons to make me bitter, I want them to make me wiser. I want to be the kind of person who learns without losing softness, who becomes stronger without becoming cruel, who sets boundaries without becoming disrespectful, who walks away without carrying hate, because hate keeps you tied to the wrong place emotionally even after you leave, and I don't want to carry this place into my future. I want to leave it here, as a chapter, not as an identity. So I'm practicing something new. I'm practicing emotional detachment with a clean heart. Being present without being absorbed, caring without being controlled, giving respect without surrendering my dignity. I'm practicing not reacting to every trigger, not explaining myself to every accusation, not defending myself in front of people who are committed to misunderstanding me. Because I'm realizing that not every battle is meant to be fought, and sometimes the greatest power is saving your energy for your exit, and if you could see inside my mind you'd understand how much strength it takes to stay calm in the wrong place, how much discipline it takes to keep your heart clean in environments that tempt you to become negative, how much maturity it takes to not turn your pain into poison, but I am choosing maturity, because I want my future to be built on clean decisions, not emotional reactions. And the truth is, while I may not be able to leave right now, I can stop giving the wrong place the most valuable part of me, my attention, because attention is life. What you feed with attention grows. If I keep feeding this place with my thoughts, my fear, my energy, it will keep growing inside me, but if I feed my future instead, my skills, my health, my plans, my faith, my routines, then my future grows, and the wrong place becomes smaller. So I'm shifting my focus from why is this happening to what am I building, from how do I make them understand to how do I become independent, from how do I survive today to